Yo, what's good? Depraved back with another reaction video. Now, if you're not too familiar with this portion of my channel, I like to slow it down. You know, and I really mean slow it down because y'all see my recent videos, right? Oh! Exactly. I like to slow it down. I like to react to horror videos on the internet. And the reason for that is because I like mysteries. I like scary stuff. I mean, hey, if you look at my channel is nothing but horror. And I can't get enough of horror. And there's one person that always intrigued me on YouTube that always covers topics that are like dark, like internet's scariest videos, scariest mysteries, top disappearances on YouTube, and it's Nick Crowley. That's what we're reacting to. You know him, you love him, Nick Crowley. One thing that people don't seem to realize is that, yeah, the demons, the ghosts, the monsters are scary. But the real horror is the horror that is all around us. The kidnappings, the crime, the disappearances, the mysteries, the dark secrets that these people that are happening in our society. Because it all comes down to this. It can happen to me. And that's what makes it scary. And today I got y'all a video called SMARTSCHOOLBOY9 in the Internet Rabbit Hole by Nick Crowley. Sit back, relax, grab some snacks. Go downstairs, get yourself a bag of chips. I got myself a water. I love drinking water. Make sure you hydrate and let's go. SMARTSCHOOLBOY9 in Internet Rabbit Hole by Nick Crowley. Let's go. Take it away. Warnings need to be said. These videos get real dark and deep, okay? If you don't like that stuff, I have a whole 90 videos on my channel that you can watch too. You can watch me scream like a little girl, okay? It's funny, okay? Alright, let's go. Warning. You have been warned. Dark stuff. Let's go. Right here, look. So, be warned. Dark stuff.
Creepy accounts pretending to be kids. I came across a reel randomly, and it's led me down this weird rabbit hole of people using AI or dressing up pretending to go to school. They all seem to have high heels, check images in them. Is this an age play thing or something more sinister? Literally anything helps.
I mean, honestly, age play stuff is still gross in its own right. Like, bro, why are you... There's people who do it, like, to get off. It's disgusting, dude. What do you mean you're acting like a little girl or a little boy? You're a freak, bro. That's some weird stuff.
As I keep trying to look for answers. This post was made to the subreddit r/Instagram by the user numerouscut792 on April 15th, 2024. It featured screenshots of 3 bizarre-looking Instagram pages they had encountered earlier that day, with OP expressing concern that something truly disturbing was happening with these users. And those in the thread agreed. What the actual fuck? Found all of them and blocked them all. Truth Sticks 11 is seriously creepy to me. I've been trying to find more about them but can hardly find anything. Very weird account to say the least. The 3 accounts apparently belong to 3 different children. However, when combing through their posts, the content seems to imply something much more bizarre was afoot. Something truly disturbing. This post would be the start of a story that would eventually be picked up and shared all across the online world, becoming one of the more notorious internet mysteries in recent memory, as these accounts revealed an unending rabbit hole that is still being traversed to this very day, in an ongoing investigation into one of the most depraved oddities.
You know, rabbit holes are so interesting to me because and if you don't know what rabbit hole is, I'll try to explain it, but I'm probably gonna get it wrong. It's like topics that go really deep. Like rabbit hole, like you find multiple cases and instances of this and that going on in this single rabbit hole. And they're interesting to me. I want to explore rabbit holes more by myself personally, but I'm scared to do that because, you know, what if a person's like that's involved with this rabbit hole, that is involved with this rabbit hole is like, hey, this guy's checking us out. Let's like target him. And that's why I'm scared of doing that stuff. I'm just fine with reacting to YouTube videos, alright? Maybe one day in the future I'll do my own Nick Crowley type video where I investigate it, but on the YouTube thing. That sounds crazy, but Nick Crowley, you're brave for doing this stuff, alright? You're brave.
Ever found on Instagram. This is the emerging story of SMARTSCHOOLBOY9.
1, 2, 3.
Nick Crowley presents. Oh, look at this face.
I hope you like these photos. It's called Really good.
Beautiful boy, an account looked after by me, a degree-educated mother choosing to stay anonymous. This was the bio of the first account pictured in the Reddit post, an account named TruthSticks11, which was set.
Dude, you can find some disturbing stuff on Reddit, dude. Like, I hear stories about like there's like snuff Reddits that rightfully get blocked out. All right, they rightfully get blocked out. But I'm hearing stuff like, oh man, there's like, I can't even go into. It's so disturbing. Reddit has some disturbing subreddits on it, bro. It's really scary.
To be operated by a 12-year-old boy and his mother. Back in October of 2021, the duo would make their very first post, kicking things off on a somewhat concerning note, though not for their own page, but instead another account on the platform.
So, that's the account run by a man pretending to be a boy.
Oh, do you hear the? Oh, this is why I need a filter on my mic. I get scared that y'all hear the.
Disgusting!
You know, like the spittle that's in my mouth. This guy is like talking, and it's such a fake voice. Like it's like a this guy is talking about me. It's weird. It's like a fake voice, and it's like you can hear the spittle in his voice. Listen.
That's the account run by a man pretending to be a boy.
The video was created and posted by the mother for the sole purpose of warning others of a specific user who had been posing as a child online when, in actuality, he was a grown man who did this in order to get close to and exploit other children across the platform. It's the grim reality of this online world, as predators will do just about anything to get closer to children, and it's a reality often unrealized or even ignored.
And the sad part about that is, children, like, here's exactly how a predator will operate. That kids' minds are not fully developed yet, okay? There's one feeling about the kids get. So let's say there's a kid on the street. A guy approaches them. The kid instantly goes, stranger danger, stranger danger. My mom told me about the stranger danger. Let me get away. But predators know this. They will use that as an exploit. They'll either try to trick them by saying, "Oh, I know your parents," or they'll be like, "Oh yeah, this and that. You should really be careful." They'll try to act like they're on the side of the kid. And then what they'll do is they'll start segueing to things to start saying things that kids want to hear. You know, that's why that the free candy van thing was such a big thing, because kids love candy. And people know, the bad people know, like, hey, kids like candy. I can lure them in. The predator starts using words like, "Oh, I have a cute bunny at home. You want to see it? Oh, I have a bunch of candy in my house waiting to be eaten, but I can't finish it all. You want to come over and eat some candy with me?" That's where the danger lies. Kids' minds are not fully developed yet, people. So when they hear keywords that they like this, that, candy, cute, whatever, they're like,
Oh yeah, let's do that.
that's how it works. They will play kids like a fiddle. All right, they're trying to act like they're on their side, but in reality they're not. All right. And by the way, sorry for little rants. I like talking. I just want to get my 2 cents out there. That's the whole point of a reaction video. All right,
By parents, which makes it almost refreshing that this mother was out here trying to raise awareness. These posts would become the crux of the account early on. They would call out this user and their many accounts again and again, eventually going more in depth about.
Look at the freaking Look at the. Bro, this guy's a freak.
What this person would actually do, claiming that they had a strange perversion to dressing up as a young schoolboy. Does he wish he were a young boy in a school classroom, looking nice and being successful at school? Yes.
What?
This theme of calling out online predators would remain consistent throughout the years on TruthSticks11. However, after some time, the mother behind the account began to use the page for its initially intended purpose, to share photos of her son. The photos began reasonably normal, and would show this young boy studying at school, accepting awards from their principal, and even school presentations in which their son had attended, with the captions often boasting about how intelligent the young boy was. Though over time, the photos began to grow stranger.
What do you mean? Is this a real This doesn't look real. This looks like it's like AI. You guys see what I'm saying? It looks AI to me. Oh yeah, what the freak, bruh.
They looked off, almost as if they were AI generated. And on top of this, they began to appear heavily edited in an almost inexplicable manner, with deep red lipstick often being added, which was enunciated by his face being turned pure white. This unsettling trend would continue from here, as with each passing post, the photos grew less authentic and more surreal.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking like his ew. I'm thinking like he's plastering his face on the pictures of the children and editing it so like people can't find that it's his face. I don't know.
Until they became straight up disturbed, even sickening. These bizarre edits spilled over past just the images too, as the posts began to appear as disjointed collages, often showcasing multiple grotesque images and paragraphs about how much this user loved school. And this wasn't the only shift either. At some point, the son behind the account began posting content that allegedly came directly from him, saying things like, "My really cool mom asked me if I'd like to post, and I said, yes please." He even shared supposed videos that he had filmed of himself, which were equally as unconvincing as his photos, and somehow even
Bro, this guy, this is like some I don't even know how to explain it. It's disgusting, dude. He's a weirdo.
The boy even shows off his singing in one of the clips.
Is this?
Though their voice sounds off. The account was overall anomalous and extremely off-putting. And though this content was visually alarming, another aspect made it even more so concerning, as over time, many of the images began to resemble CP, showcasing these fake AI children in
yeah, obviously, so obviously not going to show this, but it's truly disgusting.
Positions, with their faces sometimes even being photoshopped onto scantily dressed adult bodies. One thing is blatantly obvious about the Truth Sticks account: the supposed child behind it is not real. Even in the more passable photos at the very beginning, there's evidence to suggest that these were likely AI as well. And based on the disturbed, borderline illegal content that this page featured, it seemed more than likely that whoever was behind this page was not an innocent mother concerned for the welfare of other children, but instead, a predatory individual themselves.
Dude,
and this wasn't their only account. The second page featured on the Reddit post belonged to a user named GirlChloe12 and bore striking similarities to Truth Sticks. The page was also supposedly run by a child and monitored.
So he has multiple accounts, basically, is what he's trying to say. There's multiple accounts and he's running like, oh my god.
By their parent. Bizarrely, they also posted frequently about the dangers of online predators, with the wording of these posts and the editing being essentially the exact same as Truth Sticks, just not as over the top. These two accounts even frequently interacted with each other, thus providing a substantial link on its own. But by far the most compelling link between these pages is one that is easy to miss at a glance, with that being a blatant obsession with high-heeled mini boots.
What?
These shoes were mentioned or shown in virtually every single post made by these two users.
Oh, yeah,
At playtime, I'm
okay,
sometimes running around with my really cool heeled footwear I wear with my uniform. After coming home from school, education isn't over for the day once the blue blazer, gray jersey, neat tie, white shirt, tailored close-fit gray trousers, and black heeled mini boots are in the wardrobe. No matter what they discussed, school uniforms and mini boots were always a talking point, which adds confirmation to something that is already becoming apparent. This is fetish content.
Yeah, I was about to say. And that's so gross, dude. Listen, there's fetishes in the world where it's like, okay, whatever. That's weird, but it's whatever. But then there's fetishes like, there's that one fetish where they like, there's like, and Nick Crowley, I saw this video. Nick Crowley covered this too. It was about like these people smoking their lives away. And like it's a fetish, and it's so gross because for one, it's dangerous. This is worse than I mean, they both are in their own realm of like awful stuff. You know, one smoking is like you're literally just smoking your life away, you know, and the other one is involving children. I feel like the one involving children is a little bit, you know, a little bit more higher than the smoking one, but the smoking one is just as alarming, you know.
Not too unlike the bizarre accounts in the Pipergate rabbit hole, fetish content centered around children. And what makes the Chloe account so disturbing is that AI was seemingly not used, and rather the images seem to be of actual children. Despite this disturbing distinction, these two accounts are cut from the same cloth, and all signs point to them being created by the same person. A person who, despite their constant warnings of the dangers of adults pretending to be children online, seems to be doing the exact same thing, as part of some sort of fetish, the extent of which we'll discuss later. But for now, one thing was for certain. These pages were not run by children or their parents.
Bro, I think anybody could immediately look at that Instagram and be like, yeah, this is not a child.
So who created them? Well, that brings us to our third and final account shown in that initial post. SMARTSCHOOLBOY9 was much the same as the other two accounts. They warned of online predators, obsessed over high-heeled mini boots and school uniforms, and posed as a child despite clearly not being one. But SMARTSCHOOLBOY was different in one key aspect. The person behind the account was pretending to be a child, but they were doing so in a much more apparent manner, as they didn't use AI or stolen images of other kids to form their identity, and instead, they used photos of...
Oh! This guy's a freak, dude. Look at him. Oh my lord, bro. What am I looking at?
In the images posted on the account, we see what appears to be a fully grown man, dressed in a schoolboy's uniform. His face is painted pure white and has bright red lipstick, and he's, of course, wearing high-heeled mini boots. Characteristics that were all utilized across the other accounts, only this time it was done on himself, as he poses as a child pretending to go to school, as well as pretending to go through other life events common for preteens. And the photos aren't even the most disturbing part, as the account consists primarily of videos.
What the? Yo, get out my face, bro!
School up. Hey. Let me know if you like school as well.
The videos are all incredibly off-putting. Some show him arriving home from school.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. School.
Others show him claiming to be on the bus heading toward school.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, I'm on the school bus.
And other videos showing him doing whatever this is. As much like the other accounts, his content is overtly sexual.
It's crazy that there's so many so many, and this is just like one. There's many freaks like this, dude. Like many of them on the prowl on the internet. That's why it's so scary to let children get access to a phone so early, bro. Because they don't have like the mental processing to be like, this guy's a freaking weirdo. That's why it's scary, bro. Like when I have a child, bro, I'm sorry, but that kid is not getting access to the internet in any shape, way, or form. Well, to a degree, like video games, like I can let him do that. But having a phone where it has complete access to the internet, nope. Not until I am 100% certain that you know right from wrong and that this person's a weirdo. You're not getting
in its own bizarre way. In fact, there's a video of him with his full outfit on, where he shows himself staring into a mirror as he appears to pleasure himself, right out of view of the camera, as he stares into his own eyes. This account is by far the most sickening part of this whole rabbit hole. Interspersed throughout his page are a few examples of what this individual's voice sounds like.
This is quite good.
Which just so happens to be the same voice heard in the very first clip shown on the Truth Sticks account.
Man pretending to be a boy.
Meaning that this full-grown adult man is...
I feel feel like if you have any amount of brain power, you could realize that dude is that voice in the first clip is just a lie. Like, dude, you sound nothing like a mother, bro. You sound like you're a dude forcing your voice to sound feminine. It's weird.
The one behind this entire rabbit hole. He's the one on these accounts pretending to be a child and their mother, getting some sort of sick satisfaction from whatever this is. And the worst part is, these activities aren't just kept behind closed doors. As we can see on numerous occasions, videos of him walking around outside in a public space.
Oh, he better not be nowhere near a school, bro.
With his full outfit and face paint on.
This guy's a fool.
Look at school.
It's truly one of the strangest things that I've ever seen, and making sense of what this all is extremely difficult. But based on the information found from this first Reddit post, a few likely conclusions can be put forward. This man is clearly attracted to the idea of being a kid, and I think OP was correct when they speculated that this was some sort of age play thing, but it's also clearly much more than that too. As based on the images that he's created himself, he clearly has some sort of attraction to other children as well. He's creating fetish content, and he's using the likeness of children, and also some children that are clearly very real people, to do so. That much is obvious. But there was also the possibility that he was pretending to be a kid in order to exploit other children across the internet. At this point though, this was merely speculation, with much of the SMARTSCHOOLBOY9 case remaining a mystery, and the rabbit hole was only getting deeper from here.
Community? He has a community? What the freak?
Months after this rabbit hole was introduced to the online world, the story began to be shared all across the internet, most notably on the r/Internet Mysteries subreddit, where the case really took off. There, internet sleuths began uncovering just how vast this web of accounts actually was, as it wasn't just these 3 pages. No, there seemed to be over a dozen, and likely even more that we still haven't found, as he's created his own sort of community, his own little world, where across each page he pretends to be a child, with these accounts typically following each other and frequently
Oh my lord! He has, how many accounts does he have?
interacting, seemingly to make these characters appear as though they have real friends. On one of these pages, 12 Stockwell Joanne, he poses as a 14-year-old girl, using more AI images to depict explicit positions of this manufactured child, which I obviously am not going to show here. Though much like his Chloe account, he also shows images of very real young girls. But this isn't the most concerning part of this account, as on numerous occasions, he's shown images of children at a playground, which he may have taken himself.
What the?
This fantasy of being a schoolgirl and taking part in these school-centric activities is something carried over throughout multiple of his accounts, with his most common alias being Stephanie, of which he has numerous different accounts featuring that same name.
Yeah, I'm Stephanie.
How many accounts does he have?
This Stephanie character claims to be a 12-year-old aspiring poet, with accounts all across the internet, many of which showcasing examples of her poetry, which carries on those same distinct sexual undertones. I race to complete my poems when I've got an early start. Heart racing, mixed rhythms, maximizing miracles, rice with rap, and on the map. My Kennington, London syllables. Dancing though I know my underwear might show if I lean forward.
What the freak, bro? Are these accounts still active? Like, is he still making content?
Stephanie Stansfield, 12. But digging even deeper, her poetry has even seemingly been featured in various articles and even newspapers, showcasing that this rabbit hole extends far past just the online world. This act is clearly their obsession, and he's been doing this for years, with the earliest examples that I could find coming from all the way back in 2018. And this Stephanie character seems to be his go-to alias, embodying it in even the literal sense.
What the? This is a 2018?
As in one of his many pages dedicated to this Stephanie character,
freak,
he dresses as her, wearing a wig and a dress, as he pretends to be a 12-year-old girl. Almost immediately after this case began gaining traction, the true magnitude of this rabbit hole was revealed. Across every single account are countless depraved posts and oddities that all could warrant discussion, but by far the most important discoveries were those that didn't actually occur on his own page, and rather the pages of other actual children.
Wait, what?
Do you like school? I do. It is good. You have some cool shirts, but I have to wear school uniforms to school. It is nice, but casual isn't allowed, and it's quite hot here in the UK.
Okay, so he's in the UK.
The month of June suddenly got warmer. These are two examples out of many that show SMARTSCHOOLBOY9 reaching out and attempting to befriend young children online. In one comment, he even warns a child about other comments from bad people, stating that, "It happens to most boys in our age group, but stay safe, stay cool, don't be dismayed by creeps." This is our best evidence that these accounts weren't just made for age play. No, he's actually posing as a child in order to make friends with other children.
Yep. See? And kids don't understand that this guy's a freaking weirdo. If I was the same age as the kids that he's talking to, I would have looked at the profile picture he had equipped and would have been like, nah, this guy's weird. But what's scary is that if they don't have a profile pic, people can't really tell, like, is this guy an actual kid? Is this guy a weird adult? It's hard to tell. I mean, there's small hints you can tell. Like, a small child's not gonna have, like, crazy good, like, grammar online. Like, it's online social media. So, you know, the last thing people, especially around my age still, because I'm like 22, people don't worry about, like, punctuation. They just type whatever they want to type. I noticed that how adults type is, they actually really care about punctuation and stuff like that, with, you know, all your question marks, you know, commas and stuff. They actually care about this stuff. You can tell that there's an adult typing compared to a kid typing. That makes sense. That's just the observation I made.
His overtly sexual interests and aversion to CP, it's not hard to gather why he was doing this. And these examples are only what we found so far. It's possible that there are dozens, or who knows, maybe even hundreds of other comments out there, hidden on unknown children's accounts.
Yep.
This is predatory behavior. The man behind Schoolboy9 is a predator. And in case there was still any doubt of whether or not this was a sexual thing, here's what he had to say about being a 13-year-old girl.
I'm not gonna say it out loud either. If he's not gonna say it, I'm not gonna say it. After seeing that, if you don't believe that this guy's a freak and a predator and has a fetish with, like, involving all that weird stuff, I'm sorry, but you might be lost. Like, that is so abundantly
tactics
clear.
Actually worked. Well, the frightening thing is, no one knows if he's actually been successful or not, or even what specifically he's looking for. We just know that he's trying to reach kids, as evidenced not only by his comments, but by the fact that he's solely following children on all of these pages. And though it's easy to look at these accounts and know that something is off,
you're lying.
Though given the fact that he's reaching out to children, posting fetish content centered around children, and has even potentially photographed kids in the wild, one thing is for certain: SMARTSCHOOLBOY9 needs to be stopped.
Unmasked? What?
Finding this man and reporting him to law enforcement quickly became the top priority for those investigating the case. And luckily, he left several glaring clues behind that made this process a whole lot easier. On numerous occasions across his many pages, he would post images and videos of specific locations.
I'm not in the UK, so I don't know where, like, if you guys recognize any of these spots, like, tell me, but I have no idea where this stuff is at. Like, I'm not from the UK. I'm just curious if you guys know where, like, any of these spots are.
In showing streets and mentioning very
like, do you recognize any of these areas, you know?
Particular areas in his poems, all of which centered around the London area, immediately giving us an idea of where he was located. And that wasn't all. I mentioned how the alias of Stephanie was one that he used more so than any other, but what's interesting is that there was another name used just as often across his accounts, brought up time and time again, though it's a name that he never seemed to call any of his characters. Instead, he simply referred to this person as a stepbrother, or a father, or even a friend from school, despite never actually picturing him.
It's gonna be him. It's gonna be him.
Just mentioning his name. David.
That's his name.
And sure enough, after connecting a few dots, it would be revealed that this person's actual name was in fact David.
That's him, yep.
David Alter, with a man being 59 years old. At the moment, it doesn't appear that David has any past criminal convictions or documented history of this behavior, but we do know that thanks to the investigation done on Reddit and Discord, he is currently being investigated by local authorities, which will hopefully put an end to his online behavior and shine some more light on who this person actually is. As for the time being, the only other information that we really know about David is that he likes to write poetry and he makes music.
Please don't play no songs.
I think I hear a running tram.
Get this demonic music out my ear!
David is far more intelligent than he lets on, as his personal accounts show us that he is fairly well-spoken and articulate, and throughout his problematic content, most of his bad grammar and strange verbiage seems to be his attempts at more authentically trying to replicate a child. But it's impossible to—
That's what I've told you. Kids don't really, you can tell, but he does it to a degree where, like, you can see that he's still using proper grammar and punctuation, but trying to make it seem like he doesn't know how to spell all the words he does. And you can tell the difference.
No, for sure.
Between like a teenager or a child typing to an adult typing. It's the difference. I can see the difference, basically what I'm trying to say.
What we do know is that David is extremely manipulative, with his response to this situation and other clues littered across his accounts, showing us that he seems to know what he's doing, and he knows that it's wrong.
He has a response? Oh, I gotta see
Since the exposure of David's accounts, he hasn't silently slithered away like most other predators would. Instead, he's actually responded on more than a few occasions.
Whoa.
Lashing out to those who have DM'd him, calling—
You're lying!
Writing, "You are really sad. And if that's your name, David, be honest with yourself. You're 50, as you said elsewhere. You reply to me, a girl, as if I'm your buddy? No chance ever." This is something David does all the time. It's projection, and it started all the way back at the beginning of this rabbit hole.
So, that's the account run by a man pretending to be a boy.
And he continued posting these predator exposés, along with other warnings about predators on the internet across every page he made, each of which being hyper-specific to his own predatory ways and fetishes.
Yo!
The things he accuses others of are blatant projections of his own dark vices. And I can think of two reasons why. Number one, that this makes his account look safer to other parents and children. It gives the appearance that he's not another internet creep, because he's actively calling them out. It's a way to build trust in order to befriend and exploit kids. And number two, he knows what he's doing is wrong, and this is his bizarre way of self-reporting, probably to make himself feel better about what he's doing. And it's obvious based on just how accurate these claims against others are to him. Does he wish he were a young boy in a school classroom, looking nice and being successful at school? Yes. And these claims are made over and over again, as each time he calls someone out, he's further exposing himself, which becomes more concerning.
He's trying so hard to play it off, bro, and it's just stupid. If your main account has this content of like weird AI looking pictures, and then every other account that you say don't use that or don't are like associated with you do the same thing, it's kind of like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you? What? It makes no sense.
When you realize that these projections seemingly aren't strictly pedophilic.
What?
Within those eerily familiar expose posts he made on Truthsticks11, he mentions how this user not only wanted to exploit children online, but they wanted to kill them as well. As he mentions that this user has a clear interest in cannibalizing kids, and even performing ritualistic sacrifices on them. And based on how accurate all of the other exposures are to himself, I have no reason to believe that this isn't part of his MO as well, as crazy as that may sound. This also seems to coincide with some of the content he's posted that I can't show you, as some of these photos show children edited in contorted positions, including some where he's added what appears to be rope to give the illusion that they're tied up. And what makes this even more disturbing is that on his accounts, he's posted numerous photos in the vicinity of schools, on nearby secluded trails.
Oh, hold on, I said the location.
He's posted numerous photos in
this location is only 1 block away from a school.
in the vicinity of schools, on nearby secluded trails, and even some where he discusses what time school starts and ends, saying that he likes to be awake and ready for it. There's even photos that show other children outside from a distance, almost as if David was stalking them. This is highly concerning. Even if we don't know truly how low this man's perversions get, he is still far too close to children, which is perfectly encapsulated by this photo of him on a school playground during the day. And with his disturbing desires, I don't even want to imagine what he's capable of. Which brings us to the final piece of content that I need to talk about. Chasing another
boy in high-heeled mini boots? No.
David's doings are a mystery.
I'm sorry, y'all, for the jump cut there. I had to cut that last portion out. I refuse to show that on this video.
That will take some time to unravel, and my hope is that law enforcement will be able to follow through and help shed some more light on this individual, and finally put an end to his twisted behavior. But at this point, only one thing is for sure. The story of SMARTSCHOOLBOY9 is far from over.
What? What do you mean? All information shown in the video has been archived and sent to law enforcement who have been investigating this case for the past few weeks. There we go. Get him out of here. Life in prison. Get him in jail. Life in prison. I'm telling y'all, top 10 most disturbing videos I've ever watched from Nick Crowley. I'm a little nervous to put this video out. I mean, obviously he put the video out and it's, you know, it's, he blocked anything that was anything crazy out there, but I do not want to, I'm still going to do some cutting on this video because there's something that I really don't like being put on video. But other than that, I hope you liked my reaction. Let me know how you feel about this in the comments, what you think. And like, comment, subscribe, and I love y'all. I love y'all. Be safe out there. Kids, I know I have some viewers that are under the age of 17. Please, if anything, if you're watching this video, even though I recommend you not watching this video, just be smart. Okay, there's people like this guy out here that are just trying to get close to you. Just be smart. Just, you know, people who are predators try to use words to try to get closer to you. They'll try to say the things that you want to hear so they can get close to you and make you have the illusion of being safe. In reality, some people are not safe. They will do stuff. Alright? That being said, if anything, use this video as like a lesson. Like, this stuff really happens. Be safe. I love y'all. Bye!